Hi, Miss Jameson. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Melanie Ziegler. I'm one of the licensed social workers at Brightside Assisted Living. Um, I did just want to say that before we continue talking, I have to go over the limits of confidentiality. So I don't know if you've heard of them before, but basically it just by law, it just means anything that we talk about is going to stay between me and you. There are some things I would have to report. So some of those things would be abuse to someone else, abuse to yourself, or if you know of anyone being abused. Other medical things I might have to request outside help, but anything mostly is just talking about, I would have to report any harm or abuse. Is that okay? Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It's okay.
Just wanted to explain that. So I don't know if you know, but the reason I'm here today is because I heard about your sister's recent stroke. And I know that has been really rough. So how have you been dealing with that, Ms. Jameson?
I've just been really scared. And I miss her because she's so sick, so far away from me. And I worry that I'll never see her again.
So that's your biggest worry? You think you're never going to see her again?
Yeah.
And what do you mean by that?
Like, what if this kills her?
Okay, so you're worried it's life-threatening.
Yeah.
I think that's a valid concern that you do have. So, just to make sure I understand, you're worrying that she's not going to recover.
Yeah. I feel like we're getting old and maybe this is her health actually failing this time. And I'm scared. I feel so lost without her, and if I lose her, I might not be able to go on. She's like my lifeline sometimes.
So it sounds like you're also scared that you're not with her, and you wish that you could be there with her. And I'm hearing that you feel some loneliness around this issue. I can see that her presence is a great comfort to you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And
She's my best friend.
so this is just really unsettling for you.
It is. It's like my worst nightmare.
And so what I'm hearing you mention a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and you keep expressing how much you want to be with her. And I know this is a tough question, but can you tell me out of those issues, which of these is overwhelming you the most?
I don't know. I can't imagine how she must be feeling that. She must be so frightened and all trapped inside herself, and her body's kind of betraying her, and I mean, it must be so frustrating, and if I could just be there to hold her hand and let her know that she's going to be all right, I just feel like that would make me feel a lot better.
I think so. I think I understand. It sounds like her existence and her presence in your life is like a huge extension of you. And so it's almost like y'all's well-being is enmeshed in one. So the fact that she's not doing well is reflecting on you. It seems like you have such a strong awareness, and it's just you just can't imagine what she's going through.
Exactly, breaks my heart.
Okay, so we've talked about you and your situation, and I've just been wondering about the grief and the fear and the loneliness. What is your thought about this feeling of helplessness, hopelessness? Is that an issue you think we should consider as well, Ms. Jameson?
I think that's kind of right on the money. Because I do feel helpless. I feel like since she's so far away, there's nothing that I can do for her. And I love her, and so if I love her, that means I want to support her, but I can't support her, and I'm all over here just being all all lonely and broken by myself, and she must be feeling so broken, lonely by herself, and then what if this kills her? What if this kills me? And so I just feel so hopeless because that'd just be the end of it. I just don't think I could survive losing her.
Is it possible that you could survive this? It's sometimes we have this fear of the unknown, and that's like the biggest. The anticipation of this worst thing in the world happening is more scary than the reality. Could that be what's going on?
I haven't thought of it like that. That's a good perspective.
Yeah, it's just something to think about. Would it be okay if we focus on how you can be supportive to her while she is still here?
Yeah, because I know I don't need to waste time worried about her being dead when I could be helping her while she's alive.
Right. But we can also explore what would happen and the feelings and thoughts associated if she did depart. Okay?
Yeah, I can embrace myself.
Okay. So we have identified a lot. And I know it's been a small amount of time. Generally, we want to just talk about ways for you to deal with your sister's stroke. So we've identified a lot of specific feelings, helplessness, and hopelessness. And so what I want us to do is to increase sense of hope and support. So I don't know if you have anything on your mind that you feel like you can currently do to increase this feeling of supportiveness for your sister while she's here. Do you have any idea?
You know, I think it would make me feel a lot better if I could just hear her voice.
Okay.
Maybe once a day. I know she's sick and she's trying to recover and she's tired. But if I could just talk to her one time a day and see how she's doing.
Okay, yeah. So did you want to start doing that tomorrow?
You know, absolutely. And I might even ask to talk directly to the doctor and really see what's going on.
Okay, and so this might be a bit of a push, but I was wondering if before you made the phone call, if you could just come up with a few things about how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and then do the same thing after the phone call to her and to the doctor, and just so we can be aware of the thoughts and feelings before and after, and that way we can process them. Would that be okay with you, Ms. Jameson?
That's actually very creative. I think that's a good idea.
Okay. And so you said you can start doing this tomorrow?
Yes. I can't. I look forward to it.
All right. And do you think that we could do this throughout the week until we meet again?
Yes. How often will we be meeting?
So I think we're going to meet once a week. If we do need to amp it up, we can definitely arrange to meet twice a week. If we need to amp it down, we can meet bi-weekly. So we can just go from how you're feeling, because this is about you and wanting to make sure you're in the best place possible so that you can be of service to your sister, because I know how important she is to you, okay?
No, I really do appreciate your flexibility with that.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm here for. So I just wanted to kind of recap. We talked about these feelings with your sister's stroke. The helplessness, hopelessness, the grief, the loss, the loneliness, and then just also you have so much empathy for your sister, and I hope you do recognize that in yourself. That's a big strength, and not everyone has that. So I hope you can pat yourself on the back for that. And we did say that you were going to journal, and you were going to call your sister and the doctor, and you were going to document the feelings before and after, and then we were going to meet next week and to go over those, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know this was kind of a short and heavy session, but is there anything that you do have questions on, or that I can answer, anything you need from me?
No, I think you covered it all.
All right. Well, again, it was a pleasure, Miss Jameson.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And if you do need to reach me before the end of the week, just let one of the staff you know, okay?
I will.
Alrighty.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.